Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for joining me this evening for part 10 of our 64 Yogini series. And tonight we're going to be honoring in our Puja and Satsang the goddess Padmavati. I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. So, this coming Tuesday for our scriptural and visualization meditation, we'll be featuring another of the opening prayers from the Devi Mahatmya. This will be uh, a prayer, a stotram called the Devi Kilikam. That'll be 7 o'clock on Tuesday. And then next Friday, that'll be December 1st, I'm actually going to be combining two of our monthly practices. So I'm going to be doing our monthly Yoga Nidra practice next Friday, and it's also going to be going to be combined with a short Cho practice as well. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is December is kind of an interesting month with the holiday coming up. And Friday the 22nd, we're most likely going to have out of town guests for the holiday. So I'm planning not to have Friday broadcast on the 22nd. However, the rest of the month we'll be doing our usual Tuesdays and Fridays. So again, everything that we do, 7 p.m., you can join us live on YouTube, and you're always welcome to join us in person at our temple, 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. And I want to say namaste to Kim and to Bryce who are joining us right now. And I also welcome anyone else who's tuning in at the moment to say a quick hello using the chat function on your screen. So again, welcome and namaste. So the 10th of the 64 yoginis, the goddess Padmavati. Padmavati is the divine consort of Lord Srinivasya, who is known by a number of other names, such as Ventikeshvara, and he's therefore a form of Lord Vishnu, the preserver. And so Padmavati is an incarnation of the goddess Lakshmi. Padma refers to the lotus flower, and Vati means resemblance. So Padmavati thus denotes the one who resembles the lotus in her beauty. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and good fortune, and also known as Sri, the embodiment of auspiciousness and prosperity. And so I think it's very auspicious that we are honoring this form of the Divine Mother on the day after Thanksgiving, a time when we celebrate the things that we're thankful for, the things where prosperity is manifesting in our lives. Padmavati, as Lakshmi's incarnation, has taken as her principal abode the very heart of Lord Vishnu himself. And this is the reason why Vishnu has the name Srinivasya, Sri Nivasya. That is, Sri, of course, referring to Lakshmi, and Nivasya, the place of residence of Sri. And again, that's Padmavati. So according to the legend, this divine couple once decided to descend to earth for the good of the world and enacted a drama for this purpose. There was a sage by the name of Brigu who visited their home, and he became irritated over some petty issue and was in a fit of rage. And in some accounts, it's because when he first reached the abode of the god and the goddess, they didn't notice he was there at first. But in his rage, Brigu touched Lord Vishnu's chest with his foot. And of course, if any of us have lived in the Near East, Middle East, or Far East, the bottom of the foot, showing the bottom of your foot, is often construed as a gesture of disrespect. So while the Lord himself, Lord Vishnu, took this in stride, Lakshmi, who was residing in his heart and was the part of his body that made contact with the foot, felt seriously offended by this disrespect that was shown for her. And so, as a result, she left her consort in the heavens and came down to earth. And unable to bear the separation of his dear spouse, Lord Vishnu descended to a group of hills known as the Venkatadri Hills in the Tirupati region. And there he took the name Srinivasya and started doing penances there. There was a childless king by the name of Akasha, and he performed a ritual in the Tirupati Hills for getting a child. And as he was doing this sadhana, a lotus bloom emerged out of the earth, and holding it, and within the center of this bloom was a baby girl, and that was Padmavati herself. The child was shining gold in color, and being so pleased with this divine gift, the king named this lotus-born baby Padmavati. And of course, she was none other than the goddess Lakshmi herself, incarnating upon this plane. So the girl grew into a remarkably beautiful young woman, and her parents started looking for a suitable groom for her to marry. However, Princess Padmavati was one day venturing into the hilly forests, and one day happened to meet Srinivasya, and the divine couple, who had only a brief separation, recognized each other and fell promptly, deeply in love with each other. And though initially unwilling to marry his daughter to this unknown forest dweller, this king eventually agreed, and the two were married. Just need to find something here. So they had this elaborate ceremony, the presence of the gods and other celestial beings. So while Srinivasya took his abode at the top of 7 hills, commonly known as the Tirumala Hills, his consort began residing in her own temple in a place nearby called Alamelgumanga. And there are temples in both of these places that are sites of pilgrimage. So I want to say a little bit about her worship and her symbolism. The goddess Padmavati is shown seated upon a throne, usually in the asana position that shows victory. She's holding 2 lotus blooms, very typical for a form of the goddess Lakshmi. And she's holding the 2 mudras, as we see in so many other goddess figures, especially those associated with the yoginis, as the mudra of dispelling fear and the mudra of giving boons. We see some variations to this. In this illustration here, we see that in addition to the 2 mudras, Padmavati is holding a coil of rope and an elephant goad. So these are the functions that the divine has of sometimes pulling us in the right direction, sometimes prodding us along the right path. The coil of rope is also associated with the dispelling and the binding of ignorance. Very often we see Padmavati and Vishnu in these rather stylized forms as well. Padmavati also goes by the name of Ranavira, and Ranavira means hero of the battle. And when we look at the Hirapur image, and again, portions of this image have been broken away, but we see that her vehicle, the animal that she's standing upon, is a serpent. And we very often associate the serpent with the rising of Kundalini as part of meditation. And also, we can see the serpent as personifying her aspect as the preserver. Serpents are, in many cultures, regarded as symbols of immortality because they periodically shed their skins. In the Hirapur image, she is holding a sword. We see the hilt of the sword that her hand is holding, but the rest of the sword has broken away. And it's hard to say what her other hand was actually holding. Could have been a lotus, could have been the coil of rope, could possibly have also been the elephant goad. It may have also have been a small shield. And again, protection, preservation. So we have a Padmavati image also on our altar. This small brass piece, and she's holding the goad and the coil of rope, and she's holding the two mudras, dispelling fear and giving boons. And I also included this small Nepali image of Lakshmi as well. Sometimes we also see Padmavati holding a stack of gold coins in her hand as well. So people in very large numbers will visit these temples in the lower Himalayas, in the hilly region. They will visit Padmavati's temple right through the year. They will perform various rituals for propagating her, offering her worship for prosperity for themselves and for their families. There's an annual festival called Brahmosattvam, which is celebrated during the months of November and December. So this festival is going on right now. Again, very auspicious that we're honoring her on this day as November is moving into December at this point. This includes processions where the deity is taken around the temple. And then there are also reenactments of her marriage to this form of Vishnu known as Lord Srinivasa. So devotees believe that the grace of this goddess can protect them from various problems and bless them with goodness in their lives. So some mantras we're going to be using for our puja and for our fire offerings. Om Padme Namah. So Om, we bow to she of the lotus. Another one we're going to be using is Om Hrim Klim Padme Namah. Om Hrim, representing the really all of the powers of the Divine Mother combined. Hrim is sometimes regarded as the equivalent to Om in Shakta, that is goddess-based Hinduism. Klim is sometimes looked at as a variation of the seed mantra Cream. It's a Kali mantra, but it's also the mantra to Lord Kama, the god of love. And it really embodies the divine's ability to attract us in its direction. So Om Hrim Klim Padme, again, she of the lotus, Namaha, to whom we give reverence to or to whom we bow. Another mantra we'll use is Om Hrim Srim, Srim being Lakshmi's Bij mantra. Om Hrim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. And we'll also use Om Hrim Srim Padmavati Namah. And we'll be invoking her at the start of our puja tonight using her Gayatri. And I'll include a translation of her Gayatri as I do that invocation. So, Jema Padmavati, again, I welcome everyone, including Kim, Bryce, and Jamie, who are tuned in right now. So, welcome. Namaste. So, I invite you to, at this point, find a comfortable seated position where you can look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. You could also lay down and just meditate, listening to the mantras as they're being given. That's always an option. But right now, I invite you to sit comfortably. Look upon the screen, upon our image of Ma Padmavati. Breathe deeply. And first, I invite you to just let go of all the hindrances, all the anxieties, all the obstacles that may be getting in the way of your ability to meditate, your ability to focus on the present moment. Letting go of everything that maybe you had to do these last couple of days associated with what is very often a busy holiday. Letting go for the moment of the plans that you might be making right now for the upcoming holidays in this next month. Just let those things drop away, set them aside. Let this time be for you at this moment. And as you breathe, focusing on your heart center, take a moment to connect with the divine in whatever form you're closest to. And also take a moment to think about the parts of your life where at this time you feel blessed. Just being thankful for those things you have in your life that give you comfort, that make you happy. Those things that are associated also with your dharma, the pathways in which you've chosen and are embarking upon in your life. And of course, you can also take a moment and reflect on things that need to be manifesting at this time. Expressing your hopes for changes in your life that will give you comfort. give you prosperity. Maybe a new job. Maybe the resolution of some financial issue. Anticipation of maybe a new place to live. And you can also express those wishes for a person or persons closest to you. And let's begin our practice by chanting 4 important seed mantras associated with Ma Padmavati. Om, Reem, Sreem, Kleem. So I invite you to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Nice deep inhalation for Om. Inhale, Hreem. Inhale, Sreem. Inhale, Kleem. Inhale and exhale. Open your eyes if they were closed, keeping a relaxed gaze. Let your hands rest comfortably on your lap. Padmavati Namah. Padmavati Namah. Padmavati Namah. Om Padmavati Namah. Om Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Kleem. Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Kleem. Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Sreem Kleem. Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Sreem Kleem Padmavati Namah. Om Hreem Sreem Padmavati Namah. Om Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Kleem Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Sreem Kleem Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Sreem Padmavati Namah. Om Mahavdevye cha vidmahe Vishnu Patniye cha dhimai Tano Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om. Let us meditate upon the great goddess, O wife of Lord Vishnu. Give us higher intellect, and let the goddess Lakshmi Padmavati illuminate our minds. Jema, Jema, Jema. Kapuragodam Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendraharam Stasantam Hridayada Vinde Bivam Bivani Saitam Namami Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Vishvesvara Pe Vishvam Tvamishora Devi Chachara Charasya Om Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha. Om Padme Namah. Om Reem Kleem Padme Namah. Om Reem Sreem Kleem Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Sreem Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Reem Kleem Padme Namah. Om Reem Sreem Kleem Padmavati Namah. Om Reem Sreem Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Reem Kleem Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Klim Padmaya Namah. Om Rim Hrim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. So I invite you to continue to meditate on our flame. Breathe deeply. And feel the blessings of the Divine Mother coming to you with the warmth and the heat of our fire, and with the soft chanting of our mantras. Let her blessings manifest within your life. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Shrim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Shrim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Padme Namah. Om Rim Klim Padme Namah. Om Rim Srim Klim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Jema, 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 Padmavati Namah. Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Rim Srim Padmavati Namah. Om Padmavate cha vidmahe Vishnu Patnaye cha dhimai Tano Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trayambake Devi Rayane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sana Vavatu Sanao Bhunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands back together at your heart center. Jai Ganesha, Jai Guru, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Ma Devi, Jai Ma Padmavati, Jai Ma Padmavati, Jai Ma Padmavati Devi, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di. And to all of you, thank you so much for joining me this evening, including Kim, Bryce, Jamie. I also want to thank someone who just hit the subscribe button, Jupiter Rising. Thank you so very much. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much. And Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I think when I post the recording of this broadcast on Facebook, I'll include the mantras with it, so you can chant those yourself if you would like to use those in your individual practice. But I wish you a wonderful night this Thanksgiving weekend, wonderful weekend ahead. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Denver time, for our meditation on the scripture known as the Devi Kilikam, the praise that unfastens the pin. So it's another one of those hymns designed to clear the obstacles between us and the divine. So until then, once again, namaste, Jai Ma. Thank you again. Good night.